of Legionnaire. Legionnaire is a very underappreciated film. Perhaps this is because it is mischaracterized as just another of its stars, Jean-Claude Van Damme's straight-to-video silly movies. For those who just want relentless and kickboxing, this film may disappoint. Van Damme's reputation seems to have poisoned those who consider his repertoire naff against Legionnaire, a film that deserves its own appraisal. It's an adventure war film that takes its story seriously, but not too seriously. I hesitate to call it a drama because there's something undeniably pretentious in such a description, but it does succeed in making you invested in the character conflict through its cast and overall quality. The story revolves around Alain, Van Damme's character, joining the French Foreign Legion to escape troubles with gangsters in post-First World War France. The Legion was a means of escape towards anonymity for many of its soldiers. It touches on the romance of beau geste, but for the most part the Rif War is shown unsentimentally, if tamely. The Rif is a mountainous area of Morocco that the Spanish, in the wake of losing other possessions, decided to try to secure from a Rifian Berber people led by Abd el-Krim. The Spanish found it tough going until significant French support came in 1925. Legionnaire only touches on these historical events, which is sort of a shame, but sometimes it's certainly right to stint on the history to provide an engaging fictional point of view. The TV series Rome demonstrated this really well. These shots of the Hotchkiss and Lewis guns that the French Foreign Legion used show how the history helps to ground the film. This interesting backdrop is aided by the way the locations were filmed. Whilst not quite reaching Lawrence of Arabia levels, for a straight-to-video movie the shots of the unremitting desert are surprisingly beautiful, though it should not be seen as that surprising considering Peter MacDonald, the director, did some of the location shooting on Zulu Dawn and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where he showed similar talents. Cleverly, at all times, it is made clear though that the desert is the enemy, in a Frank Herbert fashion. The recurrent use of the song Parlez-moi d'amour forcefully transports you into the world of Legionnaire. The score as a whole is good too, reflecting the entire film. It's not overly ambitious, but it does just work.
Parlez-moi d'amour, redites-moi des choses tendres. Votre bon discours, mon cœur n'est pas là de l'entendre. Pourvu que tout.
The way the action is shot is engaging, there not being too much intercutting between shots. It's not brains on your coat gory and therefore doesn't stray into the Saving Private Ryan hypocrisy of being heartily anti-war whilst profiting from the audience's bloodlust. Instead, Legionnaire is content to show the entertaining spectacle of explosives and fighting whilst still maintaining the appropriate emotional impacts of having characters in danger. The cast is fantastic. Van Damme as protagonist and co-writer is the main reason the film is derided as rubbish. The criticism, though, is entirely unfair. The Muscles from Brussels acts well, surprisingly subtly, creating a believable human character. All the richly cast actors of the first act come together effectively to kickstart the events of the film. Nicholas Farrell as the ex-British officer is tremendous. The character is well drawn out, but then Farrell really goes for it and is very entertaining. Adewale Akineye Agbaje as a black American failing to escape racism and a sympathetic runt character provide a nice cadre of allies for Van Damme. With Stephen Burkhoff's Sergeant Chef, these actors' hearty performances complement Van Damme's introspective protagonist excellently. This humorous scene of washing clothes could be pretty dry stuff, but the actors elevate it into being a worthy inclusion. There are numerous similar scenes that could have been pedestrian with a less stellar cast. Legionnaire is tragically underestimated, in large part because people are blinded by Van Damme's involvement. They are wrong. Alain is a good protagonist. The other reason Legionnaire gets overlooked, I think, is perhaps because it's a little old-fashioned, a little quaint maybe. The flashbacks to its romantic days certainly are. It's not an edgy or subversive film at all. The most unruly thing in it is the twin scenes of can-can dancers and then separately soldiers showing their bottoms. The truth is, its simpleness is its quality, its straightforwardness, its unwillingness to be restrained by ambition. They were content to make a good film. They were not looking to retell the birth of Christ. It's relatively short at 99 minutes, so their budget was not spread too thin. The battle scenes have real vigour to them. But it's the cast that make this film, providing it with real life. It's an honest film that just really works. And a satisfying ending always helps.